Hi, it's Robbie from Southern California. I am going to do a quick update. This is the calm before the storm. Though I will tell you, we have had a lot of wind. Now, my neighbor just called me. It's been a long day. Gary and I had some errands to run this morning, and we're done with that. I'm waiting for my daughter, who had, colon surgery. She's not feeling well. She had to go back to the hospital today. I don't think they're keeping her, but to check on things. We've had quite a bit of wind already. And like I said, my neighbor called me. They're involved in law enforcement. And they want to let me know how bad the wind is going to be. From what they had been told, it could be as bad as last week. I don't know. I don't know. All we can do is wait and see. Now, the news reports are saying that starting today, which it's been windy, through Wednesday, we're going to have a lot of hard wind. Now, are we going to get it right in our area? Probably. I mean, some of it. As far as the fires, it's been bad, but last night they're working on hot spots. They're working on the fire. They're still trying to get it contained. There's been 5 fires. Some of them are contained, but the big one, of course, Pacific Palisades, is not. I think it's about 17% contained, and now they're finding people that were left in their homes, and they're going through that. It's devastating. And then, of course, the Eaton fire, they're going through there too. But there's still a lot of fires going on, and what they're trying to do is get as much taken care of before the bad winds come in. Usually it gets really bad at night, but we don't know. It could be right now, you could get a big gust of wind. Like I said, we got home and it got so windy, it was scary. The windows were blowing and everything. It's calmed down now, and like I was saying, my neighbors called to see if we were okay, and they're doing a lot of rescue work and stuff, so they let me know that they may not be there all the time, and I told them, don't worry, if anything happens, Gary and I go over there and we break their windows and we get their dog out. And she said, you go for it. I wouldn't expect anything less. So we're all taking care of each other here. We've got lots of water stored. Gary's been storing in trash cans water and water barrels and everything, just in case our water goes out. Like what happened in Pacific Palisades, they went to use their water and there was no water, and that happened also in the Eaton fire. So we're prepared as best as we can. I will keep you informed tomorrow if anything changes, but all in all, it's been quiet. Now, the news has been covering on drones being flown, and they're checking social media to see who's flying those drones. One of them hit a plane and put one of our not ours, the Canadians' water dropping planes out of commission. That is Zoe playing with a toy in the background if you hear squeaky noises. And so that plane is out, and they're trying to get the drones down, and then also looting. There's been a lot of looting in different areas at night. One person was dressed up like a fireman, and they figured it out, and of course he was arrested. And they're not kidding this time. It's Zoe with a toy. They're arresting a lot of people right now, and that's what they have to do. So we watch out for our neighbors, and we kind of watch out on the hillsides. We look to see if there's any smoke. In the past, I have seen small fires start, and of course I always do, and we all do. I don't know what's going to be. I don't know where the next gusts are going to come through, but the map was just red and pink all over. I think we might be in an area that is not as bad. I can just keep my fingers crossed and hope for the best, but we'll have to see. There's not much else to report. I haven't heard anything else about my insurance yet, if we've got insurance or not, but you know what? I can't worry about that. And then I've heard other people who thought they had insurance, turned out they did not have insurance. They called their insurance company and they said, well, you're not insured for that. And they've got, you got to read the fine print sometimes. So you got to really look over your insurance and see what's what. Also, people are never insured enough. So there's a lot going on. Scams. Don't give anybody money who's asking for money. If you want to donate, there's good places to go to, but as far as scams, they're calling left and right, trying to get you to give them money. They're pretending to be insurance people to inspect. There's so many scams. It's really a sad time when all this goes on, and how people just try to take advantage of people during these bad times. So be very careful if you're involved in the fires, not to do that. And I have seen the footage. It's all over YouTube. There's been quite a few people that have gone through on scooters and bicycles and recorded it, and you can see what it looked like before all these areas and what it looks like now. And it does look like a war. The news said it looked like World War II when towns were leveled. I mean, there's areas that have zero. Blocks where there's not a house standing. Can you imagine? We were watching some of these people going back to their neighborhood, every house gone. And then I said to Gary, there was one guy came back and his house was standing. I don't know if I could go there. You know, if I was lucky enough to have my house standing and everybody's house around me was gone, I don't know what I would do. People that do have their houses that made it in between, where there's hundreds of houses in one area gone and there's one or two houses left, it's a blessing. You're part of that neighborhood that will rebuild. It gives the people that had their houses gone, taken from them, the hope that somebody is left. So when they return and start to build, and some will and some won't, they're saying that this is all right. Don't feel bad because your house made it. Understand that you're that little link to start all those links down the chain to start to build. It will give them hope. So everybody's an individual, and as far as the press and everybody getting up there, we're with you, be strong, we're here. I think a lot of us, I know I am the type that I want to grieve and scream and cry and then pick up myself. People have to grieve in their own way, and sometimes you got to grieve to get back to building our lives. We've all been through good and bad in our lives. If we weren't, we wouldn't know what was good and what was bad. So we know that, and this is really bad. But if you've had bad, you know that you've come back from that. And the main thing is lean on somebody if you want to. If you don't want to, then don't. You take your time if you've been involved in it and do it whatever way works for you. If it's just walking, I know somebody right now that's grieving and all they want to do is walk, then do that. If you want to just sit and watch TV, if you want to just be left alone, if you want to be with people, you have to do what works for you. But when you know somebody's grieving, keep an eye out on them, because the last thing you want them to do is to dip into a depression and not have somebody around at that time. But give them the space they need and then go from there. I think you know what I mean. So I'll keep in touch with you. If there's a big change, I'll come tomorrow and tell you what's going on. I have been filling these hummingbird feeders like mad. I started early this morning. I had to fill twice the amount that I normally put out just to go away for a couple hours because we had to go someplace this morning. And I've seen so many hummingbirds, it's unbelievable. I think I've already gone through 4.5 to 5 gallons, and it's only, 3:30, 4 o'clock, I think. And so they'll be feeding heavy as the sun goes down. They're moving in from the hills and where the fire is, and they're finding someplace. And I was hoping they were coming here because maybe they knew we were going to have less wind, but it just might be a reprieve for them to come here. There's a lot of trees and bushes, and I've got citrus trees all over, and they love citrus trees. Someplace they can duck and hide at night. Will they leave afterwards? I don't know where they're going to go and what they're going to do. I hear helicopters. That makes me nervous, but it's actually a good thing because it means they're watching and patrolling. So everybody, take care. I will keep in touch with you. I'll let you know everything going on. Have a great day. Don't forget to eat what you grow. Grow something. And if you're watching me for the fire updates, think about gardening, even if it's just a little bucket out your door. It's amazing what you can do with that. Lettuce and herbs and fun things. It's good for your health. So with that, again, have a wonderful day, and don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye. Oh, now here comes the wind. Oh, I don't like the wind.